Hello, a day with Caleb. We are doing another pickups video. This kind of a hodgepodge. There's a couple from Josh, a couple from eBay, one from Amazon. Yes. So let's dive right in with the eBay purchase. Well, there's two of them actually. Let's get organized. But we'll start with Freaks and Geeks. On my Dollar Tree video, if you watch that, we talked about people that got the Blu-ray at Dollar General of Freaks and Geeks, and that made me kind of want to get it in my collection. Josh had it in his, so I looked it up, and there was a Goodwill store that sold it for like $7, I want to say, free shipping. And you know, the Goodwill eBay stores can be hit or miss, and these discs have, they're not minty. They do have some wear on them, so I did test everything. Almost sat there and watched the whole series testing them, but glad they all worked, and glad to add this into the collection. And you can see there it kind of is meant to be like a locker, which is pretty cool. Put out by Shout Factory. And then inside it has the characters. That's cool. It didn't come with an insert or anything, but that's okay. Then we do Barbie at Epcot. Barbie birthday party at Walt Disney World, Epcot 1994. And if you bought any Barbies or friend dolls, you got this video for 1 penny while supplies last. So that's pretty neat. I guess they show the show. That's hard to say. Because Barbie did have a show at Epcot in 1994. So part of the reason I got it, or the main reason, was just to see if they showed anything from Barbie's time at Epcot, and I think they do. So that is neat to have into the collection. It was a couple bucks on eBay. Then Josh had this, The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Undersea Adventure, Ariel's Gift. And I have a couple of these. I think there's 4 total, if I'm not mistaken. There was a little tear there. That's why he gave it to me. He found a very quality case, but I want to say I have at least 2, if not 3 of the 4. So that's good. Then this was our Amazon purchase. Return of the Killer Tomatoes Midnight Madness series, George Clooney. And I love that artwork. And the back artwork as well. And I'm getting in the original Attack of the Killer Tomatoes on DVD. I had it on VHS, so that will be an upgrade. And this was on sale on Amazon. I think it was $5 or $6. And these are hard to come by, especially the third. Is it the third one? It's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Then the third one is Revenge. Is that right? Revenge of the Killer Tomatoes? I believe so. That one is still a little pricey on eBay, so we're kind of waiting until I get one that's a good price. Then I've had the 4th one, Killer Tomatoes in France, I believe. I've had that one for a while, so trying to complete the Killer Tomatoes set on DVD. So we got the first one of that. Well, we had the fourth one, but this is the second one, but starting to get those. And then these were some Josh upgraded on, I believe, on Blu-ray. And you might be thinking you've seen some of these in a pickups video, and you have, especially this one. But these are all minty, the disc, minty fresh. And here were my versions. You might think, yeah, there's a noticeable difference. First, this one didn't have a slip, and I'm not like a slip freak where I have to get everything that had a slip with the slip. But I do like that it does have the slip on this one. See? You know, the artwork is the same, but it just kind of adds a neat little spin on it. And it was my version, this one was scratch. Then Apocalypto, in the old Blockbuster case, mine was a printed case. So upgrading the case, and my disc was scratched on that one as well. This one is mint. Then the Mist, same thing. My version was scratch, and a little wear on the artwork. Not that that's a big issue. And then Beyond Redemption, I had a printed case. This has a normal case. Mine was scratched. This one is mint. So I'm trying to complete my descriptions. I'm going through relogging my movies. I've done that about 10 times the past 6 or 7 years for various reasons. But in the little description, like I've said before, I'll put, if there's a printed case, I'm trying to get rid of all my printed cases and get the original case with it. If the disc is scratched, I'll put lightly scratched, which means there's a few little places. Scratched, which means there's more than a few, but not like overboard. Then I'll put very scratched. Or if it's a mint condition, I'll put mint condition. So there's, that way if you're out and about and I see something, I can look really quick if I do have it. If it's very scratched and this is in mint condition, I'll upgrade the condition. So it's always good to have those little guides, if you will, in your logging or movie collection descriptions. Do any of you out there have kind of collection apps? I have it all under one app now. I used to separate, have one movie app, one comic book app, and then like a miscellaneous app. But I found my collections probably 3 or 4 years ago now. And it's had some issues. On my phone, I logged everything, got to the movies. I was logging the last 100 of my almost 15,000 movies I have now. So you can imagine I was passing the finish line, and you have to load it with the cloud, and I guess I did too many. You're really only supposed to do like 100 at the time before you update it to the cloud. I think I did like 200 and something because I was almost there. It crashed. I couldn't get it back on my phone. So then I started a second one, and basically the same thing, well, not the same thing happened. I was going through, I wasn't quite over the finish line the second time. I was like 3,000 maybe, so not even halfway. But my old phone, the battery was dying. So I bought a second battery and I would have to charge it while I was logging the movies. And then hopefully back out of the app before it died. And then switch batteries. That was a whole ordeal. But one of those times the battery died on me before I could update it and switch batteries. So then that version froze on my phone and I couldn't update it. But I had it on my laptop, so when I got this new phone, I did a third My Collections app, and I know this is a rabbit trail. And I would just take from my laptop information and put it into this current phone. The only difference is I didn't put movies because I have this orange app. I think I've showed all my apps on how do I log movies. I believe both versions are on there, but I have that one and that one's reliable. So I guess I do have two apps on my phone. One for everything except movies, and then the orange one has only movies. On my laptop, it's everything on My Collections, because that doesn't crash on me. And I'm hesitant to put movies onto my phone's My Collection because of the crash. It would take ridiculously long. So I've been using the laptop My Collections because that's where I put if it was scratched, if it was printed case, any of that, and I'm adding it to my orange movie app. So that way we can, when I'm out and about, I'm not going to have my laptop, so I couldn't see if it was scratched or not. Anyway, that's a big tangent to say I need to get the orange app updated with the descriptions, and then there's a little thing where you can add the movie picture. That used to not always be there with the orange app, so I never used it, but now they've updated it and you can add the movie picture, which is great, especially with, titles that have the same name, or like I have multiple versions of Christmas Story, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, on and on. So I put the year in there, but then it's always nice to have the picture of the movie too, so you don't get confused. And that is a long tangent to say it was worth updating because I have used it. I was able just to quickly look and notice that they were either scratched or had printed artwork. So we changed those four out with these beauties here, especially Apocalypto. So that's nice. Josh actually got the Blu-ray at Goodwill, which I was super jealous. It's still rare, but it's not as pricey as it used to be, at least what I looked up currently. So I wonder what changed on that. Comment down below if you know, and comment down below again if you have a collections app where you keep everything in there so you know what you have. What do you collect? Do you collect movies, comics, trading cards? I collect it all, so. But like, subscribe, share with a movie lover. Until next time, update your collections apps and keep collecting.